Hello. Good evening slash morning, the internet. I need to actually work my way through this story content after I try gambling. Guess if this is a 9, it's pretty good. Certainly lower chances that this is 1, 2, 3, but worked out okay. Close. Okay. What am I working on? These dudes. Blue quest with the sylphs to do. Hmm. Cashew snack. Reds. What? Was it this morning I did dailies? I didn't think so. I don't know why I would have. I did the scratch thing right before I went to sleep. Or logged out last time. Oh well. Got it up to here. So, did last time was turn down the specific volume for this game. Not that you would have been able to tell because I'm not even tracking the game. There we go. Bum, ba, da, bum, bum, bum. This guy's four-eyed one. No, somebody else's four-eyed one. Okay. shivers behind trees somewhere. No. Wonder what would be more remarkable about my character in this world. His kindness for taking on arbitrary random tasks all the time, or his power for succeeding at killing elementals or whatever. And be me. Done. Dies. Roll. Back here. Have to do set coals by a digger. Bum. bum, 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 bum. Both of them are transports. That's obnoxious. Limpet biscuit. I played this game the other day. Now I remember where the rhino even is. Look into the OBS code again. I hate trying to set up other people's development stacks, but it would be cool to have actual control over a stream. Scholars. Hello. Bum, bum, bum. Try to get the quest tracker to maybe be helpful. Probably not, but maybe. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Is this an augmented limpet bomb? Seems like it probably is. Okay, don't have to pick up anything. Sure. Here's a pickle. I was expecting to hit it. Okay. Almost didn't do the same quest. little chain aggro thing is kind of cool. Alright, I don't actually care. I should be able to do the sylph things. I guess it would have let me, even if I didn't do it, but whatever. Whatever. Alright, does the new things have more rep? It does have more rep. Oops. I probably can't take all. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah. Cool. Bum 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 bum. Bum. Oops. Do some other things first. What's supposed to happen here? With one stone. Gotta kill 2 birds. That's funny. Honestly, not a fan of using the slide whistle to denote like quirky song or whatever. Bum, 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 bum. I want to try using the monitor again so I can better control it. Wait, why can't I hear anything? Hey. Wait. What did I do wrong? stirring? Oh, is it just too quiet? Oh. What changed there? There we go. This gross looking cat rat thing. Or specified location. It's the cool winter weather. Yeah. Protecting the patch. Check on my dudes. My squad. Squad. Oh, Cassie. reasonable. Success. Cool. Yeah. Oh. So I can drop that. Because I have 2 of these guys, so I don't need training in that. Is that how it works? Do this. We'll see. One of these days I'll understand how that works. Oh yeah, this is my hearth. I could make this place my hearth. The limbs,
Welcome back, my friend. I have already to think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Gallian agent.
Let's see if it crashes here for a 3rd day.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald. But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the Media Project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however, emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone. In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the Calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Varus Zos Galvus. So he was Huayu's true master.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
Seven hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
Agent.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea,
Inspired to ask
doubting one's
ChatGPT.
comrades is poison to the soul.
There's a,
And with that, I take my leave.
I think, Naya color legendary creature that was printed in a not standard size card.
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune.
Oh,
How could you, Huayu? How could you side with those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve? I know you can hear me, monetarist scum! Your crimes will not go unpunished! Until you have purged this land of your sickness, before the eyes of the 12, I swear it!
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace. I fear that not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long.
ooh.
Has the situation grown so grim?
Ever since he proposed the Cartiner Reclamation Bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence
there
upon
is
the
a Murray
backs of
Sea.
impoverished
That's the
refugees.
one I kind of wanted.
The monetarists were ever
seen
united in
a
their pursuit of profit, but the man's
oversized
actions
one.
have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs. Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the Syndicate?
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the Syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents. This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly.
Tread warily.
Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped. But as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Ul'dah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Eorzea can ill afford for the Immortal Flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together. Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah.
The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends. For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people.
Oh my god.
For Ul'dah to move forward, it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here. When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue. As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Rauban to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves, for a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah.
Your Grace, are you certain of this?
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be. Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people. Robin, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
Movie. It's a miracle. Not sure why I'm unable to find the oversized version of this card anywhere. I'm tipped. Size card compared to these things. Nowhere on there does it say that it's a small magic card. No, for a fact, there's more than 4. Well, actually, I guess I don't know that for a fact, but I know one that's not on this list. They're saying Nicol Bolas, Karn, Yargle, and Fiblet. But I know there's the twins from Greece planet. Missed a couple tiny cards in this tiny box. None of them are arrows. Fine. Don't really like Boros. It's exciting. Target this card with spells. Pretty hard to make use of. Is that really so much to ask? Oops. Sheep. Shame this one doesn't exist. ChatGPT was just wrong about that. Okay. Sign on those. Doubt they're gonna happen. Earth's fault. Howling at the extreme. Striking tree strength. So, do it over leveled. Probably. Tresses in distress. Okay. It's me. Let's get some bugs. To me. What's this all about? Grog. Okay. Oh. Oh. It didn't crash. What a surprise. Oh, I just got shivers. Birds, the weapons. Bum, 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 bum. Yuya Hase. Bum, 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 bum. Wait. Quest I'm going to right now. Oh, the correct one. How good of me. Ever reliable. The crystal. Oh, I forgot that's their name. Just a secret rendezvous whistle. To dislike the spirits. Okay. Let's go. Oh yeah, what was she called? Ornery assistant or something?
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak.
Yeah.
I believe the two of you have met.
We have.
This
I
is
had
my
hoped to speak with
very
Commander Leveilleur
fundamentalist
as well,
Christian
but I cannot afford to wait
girlfriend.
any longer. The Lord Commander sent me hither to request your aid in a matter of grave import.
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm. Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers. Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear Skies.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth all.
The old Curthan rhyme, aye. The brightening of the Dragonstar is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgard Soma himself who cried out on this occasion.
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald, only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Gallian fleet. Devoid of life, his corpse remaineth entwined about the Magitech monstrosity even unto this day.
Urianger has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragonstar portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life. Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgard Zorma had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgard Sorma. Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust this task to you. Do you accept? We knew you would not disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
To prepare for what, pray tell?
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
Prepare for battle. Urianger stated, what we now call the Keeper of the Lake is the wreckage of the Agrius, former flagship. The corpse of the worm responsible for its destruction. 15 years ago, as the next step in his campaign to subjugate Eorzea, Gaius attempted to seize control of Mordona. So massive was his force that all thought to blah 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 blah. Midgard Solmer, legendary guardian of Silvertear Falls, burst forth. In what would later become known as the Battle of Silvertear Skies, the Great Worm felled countless airships In the ensuing struggle, the flagship's cerulean engines failed, and it tumbled into the lake below. Yet this victory came at a great cost. That same explosion transformed Silvertear Falls into the desolate wasteland it is today, draining the lake of its waters and crystallizing aether. Yet a remnant of the lake remains, and at its center a constant reminder. In accordance with Sir Emmeric's wishes, our Doman allies have been standing watch over the keeper of the lake. It would be wise to speak with them before investigating the wreckage yourself. Be careful. We know not what dangers await you. Now then, let us not neglect our own tasks. There is much to be done, and precious little time to do it. Bum 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 bum. This. It's an actual dragon. Pretty cool. 13 minutes. Oh, and there's new recruits to get. You're in luck. I was about to send word about the Garleans. Of late, I've seen small airships from Castrum Sentry come and go from the keeper of the lake. Though I cannot say for certain at this distance, I believe they may be salvaging something from within the wreckage. The Castrum supply lines have been cut for some time, and I'd wager they're desperately in need of spare parts and other equipment. So it's true then. The Ishgardians honestly fear that the worm might rise again? Well, from here that seems rather unlikely, but if it's assurances they want, you've no choice but to inspect the corpse. Easier said than done, given the creatures which inhabit the wreckage. They're sure to fire upon an airship, but what about a spinning, flying turtle? They wouldn't dare. Oh, it's a friggin' dungeon. Bum ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum bum. Bum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum bum. I guess I can do this. Why not? Is something the matter? We're on something of a tight schedule here, Inspector. Stand back, Miss Ellie. My well-honed inspector senses are tingling. Most fearsome adversary. Weird-ass octopus, man. Mwahaha. He's large, he's in charge, and most of all, he's hungry. Wee-hee-hee. Is he hungry for squid? Mr. Golden Saucer. I would describe him as mostly naked. Oh ho! Actually, octopus is anti-me. Colosseum's actually pretty close to here. Sounds like it's raining, but it doesn't look like it's raining. Hoped to uncover more of Miss Avila's secrets, but no matter. What better place to continue my investigation than on the field of battle? True. We have much time before the tourney begins. We must hasten back to the Colosseum and apprise ourselves on the rules. To a true gentleman, the battle is not about victory or defeat, but fighting with honor. Whatever treachery or guile my opponents may employ, I will not lower myself to their level. Okay, just talking about some kind of compass. I am here for battle. He's here. I guess good old Papa did not turn him into sushi yet. Isn't it, buddy? Funga. Just the octopus we were looking for. I was hoping that you might enlighten us as to ye gads who gave you those ghastly bruises. Bruises? I fell down the stairs, that's all. Now get lost, I'm a busy octopus. Funga! You have my sympathies, good sir. It is challenge enough to coordinate 4 limbs, let alone 8. Is there something lurking inside? No, whatever gave you that idea? I am simply fumigating the place for pests. Pests like yourself. Not don't blah blah blah. Funga. I think something's alive in there. That's just me talking to myself. Yes, funga, gods. Yes, gods working as a receptionist. Sucks. Beset by vermin and still able to find joy and fulfillment in your work. I say, Mr. Ultros, your passion for your chosen profession is truly an inspiration to us all. If you would come with me for a moment, I fear the stupidity in the air may be contagious. She has implied that she has taken the necessary precautions to ensure that her victory is all but certain. While trailing her, you narrowly evaded a series of dastardly obstacles, and upon your return, that strange octopus appeared considerably worse for the wear. The evidence points in one direction. The Alamigan girl and Ultros are plotting together to claim the Mithril Cup and its lucrative prize. Is not as preposterous as it sounds. I have done some research on our 8-legged friend. It would appear that Ultros has become something of a regular at Uldar's taverns and houses of pleasure. I suspect that he is using his inside knowledge of the workings of the Colosseum to identify and eliminate potential threats, thereby ensuring victory for Avila and earning himself a healthy commission. There's also the matter of the Tempest Blade that is rumored to be the source of Alamegan Girl's strength. This remains a mystery, which means that I fear your life is still in danger. One of the guards informed me that several crates of refuse from the Colosseum reception room were hastily discarded in Pearl Lane not bells ago. It is a stab in the dark, but the contents may yet provide some answers. I would ask you to bring them to me. Get them yourself, dick. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Weapon. That's right. Okay, now what did this do to my chances? Great. It's another magic person. I wish to emulate your calm and resourcefulness in the face of chaos. I don't know what that means. I guess he likes that I do quests. I don't know. There's still 4 guys hanging out. Can I send them on a mission? It's unfortunate. Oh. But I can do that. Interesting. Oop. Trouble with truffles. Bum 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 bum. Conniving ne'er-do-well. Time to come to the slums and pick up garbage. Ingots, sundries. Suppose I could have teleported. Oh well. Just got switched to Earth's fault. Oh yeah, I forgot about my dude. Um, Old Dower Meadow. Okay. Plutocrats and paupers, open your eyes and steel your stomachs. The Mithril Cup brought to you by our ever-charitable friends at Almagina and Sons Mineral Concern. Your concern is our concern. It's about to begin. We'll stand atop the heap of maimed bodies and twisted limbs to claim victory. We'll be the tempestuous Ali, Fluffy, the famed warrior of light, or who's that grinning fool again? That's right, Humberbatch. Humberbatch. McDoo. Key. Go bigger, go home. Got him. The barrier is no more. actually use food. Because that's probably a little bit dumb. I learned something. Let's reboot Orin. Sing the R button. So bad at using non-numeric hotkeys. Rayomi. Gunship. Crispy over there. Thanks. Yes. Give me the loot. Yes. Keep you. It's painting battle vibes. Oh.
Who treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet? Thou hast forgotten the face of thy lord. Remember, mortal, and fear me.
Is Leviathan. What's going on with these guys? Yeah. I didn't know it was going to be multiple. Second. I don't actually have limit breaking on my bars anymore. It's just on my controller setup. to the balls. Till I pull these shawls. Guess I'll take that. There you go. I got it off in time. It's okay.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve.
By her gifts.
Speak, mortal, and I shall listen. Guided by a star. My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn. Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. We do not forget. We do not forgive.
Okay.
7 children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution. I rise to join in the chorus. Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end.
Shit.
Trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted, but chosen. Hearken
There.
to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent.
Ooh, gonna get freaky.
Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
Not the most trustworthy thing I've heard, but
Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker. Thou art mistaken.
very convincing argument, but sure. It's a little dragon.
The covenant binds me to thee. I shall watch, listen, and wait.
Okay.
Fight and struggle, if it be thy will. Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond his grasp. I drink of her body, and thence doth mine own find new life. When it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice. The dragon song heraldeth a beginning and an end.
It's funny. Just added Midgard Solmer as a minion. How did I get this thing? That's so good. That's also good. It's okay. It's alright. Behavior. What does that mean? Like they follow closely? Or my mom at the nod. It's funny to have a lore minion. Kind of want to get a snack that's not cashews. I suppose I will. making old man sitting down noises. Don't know why. Describe it. Feel tight, I guess. Oh, stretching them is nice. So many secrets.
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Wormlord and lived to tell the tale. I give thanks to Helone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness.
Helone.
Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other. The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
They say that that's exactly what your job is to speak for him when he's not around. Not that I need his praises in particular, but...
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
Thousand years. Brita has requested a gathering of the Scions. I assume there has been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. Pray inform her that our business with the Ishgardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be along once I've completed my communications with the Crystal Braves. Done with your talk of dragons? Wonderful, because Ascians are next on the menu. Let's head into the Solar. I just came from there.
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon. I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the void. Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether. Hang on a minute! Why didn't we think of this before? White auracite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white auracite cannot store ether for long periods? Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
That's the very problem we set out to solve, and I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land. If you mean to tap the Great River of Ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona. Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land? Aye, I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea.
Time to invent
I've yet to put my
power.
theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out.
Nope, I want the lecture.
Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum. During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your
this
battle with the
random
promise of shiny
sticker from
crystals.
but I have a random sticker.
Well then,
of
consider me
lipstick.
inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go. Besides,
Do I put
we
it
can't
on my
afford to beat about the
microphone?
bush. There's no telling when the Arsians will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Also, a spaceman.
Though you have become a crystal brave, you are yet a scion, Alfino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thangred and Papalymo shall accompany you.
Good old Papa Limo.
Ida and Yashtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white orosite.
Doesn't please me.
Thank you, Arianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you are able. Go
My
well.
Dumb
Be
little
safe.
fidget spinner thing. Oh. Yeah. Would seem that events have once more conspired to rob us of rest and recuperation. Though I would wish it otherwise, I must ask that you head straight away to the processing plant. The Fourth have already deployed to the area and await the arrival of the Scions. Wilrid will brief you on the developing situation. Meanwhile, I must rendezvous with Captain Ilberd at our headquarters in Ul'dah. We have a headquarters in Ul'dah? The Sans place, probably. I shall blah blah blah, knowing that you'll be over the other place. Hoodabada hoodabada. Some We too must say our farewells. Fulhamin. Certain old acquaintances. And all the allies we can muster. Mustard. Eorzea must present a united front. Scylla is involved. Boom. Yes. Okay. Lone Man also is. Assuming Jade Mage is. Probably not this thing. Oh, yes, that thing. A little bit of life gain. But not this panther. Fleetfoot panther. Yeah. Do. Angel. Shani's mantra. What am I doing here? Lizard. It's hoping to get in the air, but whatever. Canyon Wildcat. Did make the cut. Oh, because mountain walk with whatever you see is kind of cool. Some mentors required. The civilian draftsman, you see, have come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. My sappers took a closer look, and our worst fears were confirmed. These boxes contain powerful explosives. This one little small deck before I get back to playing the game. Lightning Helix? Sure. Titanic Ultimatum. That's technically a finisher. Seems fine. Lead the Stampede. What do you even do? Oh, it's a draw, sort of. Sorta draw. Behemoth Sledge. Recumbent Bliss. Griffin Guide. Alvin Wild seems solid. Searing Meditation. Great Pound, Jungle Shrine, Kazandu, Vitugazi, guess I'll might as well bring Sap Seep. It's not like land slots are too precious. Enough forests. Cool. Cool. They're so small. It's so funny. Look at these tiny little cards. Teeny tiny little cards. I love them. Okay. Speak to Elaine. Edelstein has explained. Didn't actually look at the mono red cards in this Nicol Bolas deck. Any of these something I actually want to throw in here? Guess Assy Manipulator's not horrible. Maybe. Just not. Which is cool. Do you say? I don't really care. choco. We bring castles for them all. Soon do I have 10,000 MP? It's crazy.
Hold on, I won't be a second.
You were, though. Liar.
The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe.
Ho ho!
I know.
Zing.
As Urianger never tires of reminding me, an axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one. And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it? Aye, that ought to do it. So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed? The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether, which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
He senses me. A useful talent.
Hanasian, are they onto us?
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan, keeper of knowledge, seeker of truth, meddler.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Got him.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath. Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabriales. And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of La Habrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
Oh, bugger.
Do settle down. You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh dear. Could it be that frail Hydelin has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee. Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken. Now is the time to claim the staff. With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
What did that bastard want with us?
A lot for me in this deck.
Nobrialis, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet, unconscious.
Got him.
But this staff, you say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff. Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louis Soir's staff. Minfilia's in danger. We have to get back to the Rising Stones.
Okay. AC manipulator. Charge. Probably IC manipulators. General usefulness. Multiple times would be worth more than 3 mana, deal 3. Proliferate. Proliferate is just a couple +1/+1 counters here. Yeah.
You two!
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull, and quite incapable of barring my entry.
What do you mean?
You truly do not know? Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you. The blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain. My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on. But I need look no longer. Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
You will not harm her!
Oh snap.
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings. How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow this staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
Dun dun dun.
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
Making the smallest EDH deck. Do I have time for... Ooh. Fires of Yavimaya. The Rage Pits. Got enough mountains and forests. Tiny little beast token. Very cool. Very cool. Hey, look at this one. Oh yeah, that's the Nicobolas. Anax and Cymede. Damn, it is. Okay. Kamal. Nobilis of War. Just cloak. Boros Guild Gate good enough to go in here? Guess so. Miraculous recovery. Smite the monstrous. Griffin Guide. Not Battle Mastery. Undying Rage. Nope. Moment of Heroism. Heroism. Nope. Bonds of Faith. Is going in. Jet goes in. Not stand firm. Righteousness. Kind of funny. Just +7/+7 or 9. Whatever. Daily regime. Regime. New Benalia. How many planes do I want? I want 9 planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool. Wind Quinnock. Quinnock. It's a funny name. Did I cut Stun Sniper? I thought I liked Stun Sniper. Oh, I liked it. It's just over here for some reason. Funny little griffin token. Robin. Nope. Fencing Ace. Yes. Cavalry. Pegasus. Yes. Figure of Destiny. Hell yeah. Somberwald. Vigilant. Nope. Sun Titan though. this tiny little stack of cards. Right. Double check I didn't accidentally put any doubles in here. Also, see Kasandu from the other deck. Yeah, Kasandu Refuge. Alright. Good. Manipulating this little 99 cards. So funny. Compact this into 2 boxes that aren't in the deck. Suppose if I don't mind them not being organized, I probably can. Yes. 360 card decks does not equal one 100 card deck. Wait. Let's take 100 out of 180. Should work. Why is this not working? Should be 80 left, right? I think 240 card stacks should fit in 2 boxes for 60 cards each. But that is not how this is working out somehow. Oh wait, no, because... Right, because this is 4 decks that I'm putting into. Yeah, oops. So that's 240, which is 140 after I take the EDH out, which is 70 each and 60 card boxes. That explains it. It's kind of fitting. full boxes and 2 not quite full boxes. Huge. There's gonna be something out there to fit 100 tiny cards in. Some poppers. Your concern is our concern is about to begin. Who will stand atop the heap? Who is that grinning fool again? Oh, that's right, Humberbatch, agent of infamy and imbecile extraordinaire. She's starting to enjoy his company. Ultros, that 8-legged something. Here I am. Did ya miss me? So a battle for the ages here, folks. Combatants, take your positions and let the battles begin. Team up and wipe out the others. Then it's just the 2 of us. I'll take a dive. I've not forgotten our promise. Probably shouldn't have put themselves in the middle like that. She's a veritable whirlwind of death and destruction out there. They breed 'em tough in Alamigo, that's for certain. You are next. Buddy gets a whiff of these raw truffles, he'll be sneezing up a storm. Literally, gaffahaha. Nothing like the rich aroma of roasted truffles. All this fighting has given Uncle Ulti an appetite. Is it time for dinner yet? Roasted truffles. Braised in a savory sauce, just like Mother used to make them. Feel free to have seconds. There's a whole sackful where that came from. That meddling musclehead. is that monstrosity? Typhon, is that your stomach I hear rumbling? Could I interest you in some roasted truffles, perhaps? What fascinating friends you have, Ulti. Why, just look at this charming little nose, hmm? Is he perhaps suffering from a case of the sniffles? Inga! Feel his vaunted Tempest Blade. It was that monster all along. The girl played us all for fools. Don't look at me. It was all her idea. I'm just a stupid octopus. You were the one who approached me, you double-dealing fiend. I just want to experience the thrill of battle, you know, for my work and all. Come on, Dower. Has Uncle Ulti ever lied to you? I tell you, I knew there was something fishy about that Alamegan. Whoa. Beggars and brutes, the lot of them. We give them a home in our lands, and this is the thanks we get. Send her to Garlemald for all I care. Just get her out of my sight before I get sick. This heart goes out to her, but the rules are the rules, right? Now, if Uncle Ulti may be so bold. So we call off the melee and have a final showdown between the 3 remaining competitors. That would be me, my buddy Typhon, and Fluffy here. What do you say, Mr. Warrior of Light? That's what I want to see. Ultros, Ultros. It's the most unprecedented turn of events, but who am I to deny the wishes of such a passionate crowd of martial arts aficionados? Halatali, the fighters, the tag team of Ultros and Typhon versus the Warrior of Light. Who will be left standing when the storm has settled? Be there or miss a battle for the ages. It's pretty fucked. She did all the work and gets disqualified for something that clearly was the octopus. Oops. Tali. The frick is Halatali? Trouble I took preparing consolation prizes for the melee. It looks like we won't be needing them after all. Of course, as long as you're bringing in the spectators and the profits, I could give a gnat's arse. Ark, 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 ark. Now I know what you're thinking. 2 against 1 ain't fair, especially when one of the two is the size of a small house. So here's the deal. Why don't you bring along some of your friends for the battle? Let's say 7 of them. That should even the odds, eh? Okay. Top of the dragon's neck. So many things. Okay. Did that. Now what do? Can get a materia out of this thing. It's this one, so go to the gold saucer. Oh, sun's coming up. Nice. triple cream coffee. Spirit. These have got to be worth something. 500. Guess that's something. Jack shit. Jack shit. Jack shit. Somehow more. Just weird. Maybe I just put this off for next time. Yeah, seems like a good place to stop. I've been getting antsy anyways. Alright. Well, the internet, I hope your Monday is filled with joy and free money.